Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box. My name is Anubhav Jain. With me is Manas Labuschagne, masquerading as Rohan Gavaskar. If you watch the Hindi pre-show, you'll definitely get the joke. Anyway, jokes apart, at the 35th over mark, Australia find themselves at 249 for the loss of 3 wickets. Australia will seek hard from the fact that both the centurions, Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill, are back in the pavilion. We had a very eventful 35th over. We got Shubman Gill. He was back in the pavilion, but then Ishan Kishan smacking one for 6 off the first ball. But 249 for 3, it's been a dominating batting display from India, hasn't it?
It's been absolutely magnificent. Just the way this whole innings has panned out from India's perspective and India's point of view. Shubman Gill continuing his fine run of form in this year. Shreyas Iyer, question marks before this game started. Everyone asking, should he be playing? What's his role going to be going into the World Cup? And we said, he's been part of their plans for a long time. If he gets 100, if he's not 100, if he gets runs, he's a certainty. Now, the way he's batted, he's got runs, he should be a certainty. But I tell you what, Anubhav, how good has this pitch been? Nearly 60% of the runs scored by India up until now, just below 60, have come in the form of boundaries, either 4s or 6s. That tells you how good this pitch is.
Yeah, it's been a belter of a wicket. I think we'll have to revise our predictions as well. You were somewhere in the 320 range.
I think I was 336.
336. We might have to revise that upwards. Shubman Gill, he's been prolific. He's making it a habit. But I think we have to extol the virtues of someone like a Shreyas Iyer, because it's not been easy for him in the recent past. He's gone through his fair share of injury woes, not been amongst the runs. But I think he made a stellar comeback today after getting run out in the last match for 3.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously Shreyas Iyer has been a part of this Indian team's plans for the World Cup for a few years. Rahul Dravid himself said that, we were banking on Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul to be that middle order juggernaut. Unfortunately, at one stage, all 3 of them were injured. Shreyas coming back from an injury, everyone knows the quality he has, the ability he has. And for him himself, it's good to get these runs before the World Cup because it gives you that kind of confidence that you need. He's a fabulous player. He's been earmarked from very early in his career for someone who's going to go on and play for India. And he's doing just that. He's just magnificent. And
you could tell how much the century meant to him, given the animated celebration. For a second, when I saw him celebrating that way, I thought it's Virat Kohli in disguise. maybe it's just Indian number 3s, in ODI cricket who celebrate in that manner. But we also saw an incident, in fact, right before he was dismissed, when Sean Abbott seemed to have taken his catch. What did you make of that? Because he took it cleanly, but then he grounded that. Do you think that was, I guess, fair to be deemed not out?
Well, according to the rules, MCC has clarified that, if you sort of ground the ball while in motion, you're not in control of the catch. So according to the rules, that is not out, and they came to the correct decision in the end. In my opinion, I think it's a little harsh. I felt that, if you take a catch like that and if it's not really popping out of your hands, it could be out because you're just, when you dive, when you fall down, you sort of ground the ball. But rules are rules. I mean, that's why they're there in the first place. And the rule says that if you ground it, it's not out. And can't go against the rules, can you?
Absolutely. In fact, we saw a similar incident that took place in the Ashes with Mitchell Starc, who seemed to have cleanly taken that catch, but then grounded it. And as Rohan said, it's in accordance with the rule. And so that was deemed to have been not out. And this is well deemed to have been not out. The other centurion, Shubman Gill, just continuing his purple patch. 500s already this year, his 6th ODI 100. He scored 100 the last time India played at Indore in January against New Zealand. And now closing in, you could say, to Sachin's record as well of 1894 calendar runs in a year.
Well, look, he obviously likes playing at Indore. I mean, he's played there twice. He's got 200s now over there. It's a venue he obviously likes. And I'll tell you what, any Indian cricket fan, okay, if you're an Indian cricket fan and you're an Indian, lover of Indian cricket, you'll be hoping that Shubman Gill breaks that record. Simply because if he breaks that record, means he's had a fabulous World Cup. And if Shubman Gill has a fabulous World Cup, India's gone off to a good start in their matches, which means that it makes the job easier for someone like Virat Kohli, who comes in, at number 3 and our middle order, which means that we're in a really good position in matches in the World Cup, which probably means that we'll probably reach to the knockout stages of the World Cup, which is what you want as an Indian fan. So I think if you're an Indian fan, you'll be hoping that even if he doesn't break it, he gets close to that record.
Absolutely. And I think if you're an Australian fan, then so far, based upon whatever we've seen in the first 35 overs, it's not been happy reading. But Australia, as I said, will gain heart from the fact that the two centurions are back in the pavilion. Now, speaking about the last phase, the last 15 overs, how can Australia claw themselves back? Is it a case of damage limitation from now on?
No, look, I think if I was part of the Australian team, I'd be thinking this is an absolute road to bat on. I wish my stomach was as flat as that pitch is. That's what I tell you. I wish my stomach was as flat as that pitch, because that's flat. You want to bat on that pitch. You want to score runs. If you're an Australian batsman, you'll be thinking, listen, when's my turn to bat over here? And not more than damage control. They'll be thinking, listen, if he can restrict India to about, 350, 360, game on. Game on.
So flat stomach versus the sushi that you just ate? Which one do you pick?
Healthy. Sushi is healthy, like just raw, healthy, no oil. So because eating healthy only because I'm in the box with you, and you're like a role model.
Let me clarify, it's the other way around. He's the role model.
You're the inspiration.
Thank you so much, Rohan Gavaskar. A pleasure, as always. A big thank you to you as well for joining us for Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll be back again with Cricbuzz Live, Hindi as well as English at the end of the first inning. So stay tuned on our Cricbuzz networks. Cheers.